Denise Tomano, my wife, the mother of my child and my loving partner in life, actually said to me, after all we've been through, she said to me, man, it hurts to even think about it. She actually said to me,
honey, I think you have enough baseball hats.
You think you know somebody. The baseball hat is a connection to the youthful exuberance of yesterday and a celebration of the Peter Pan syndrome-afflicted man-child that I've become. A friend of mine heard me joke of my wife's comment and agreed. My wife thinks the same thing, he told me. I've got 15 baseball hats myself. That made me think that maybe my wife may have a point. Because when it comes to baseball hats, I've got 15 in the coat closet, 20 or so in my office, a few in the truck, probably another dozen in the garage. I feel at home in a baseball cap. I'd wear one all the time if such a fashion statement were appropriate for all occasions. Looking through my collection, memories come alive with each cap. The tattered bow hunter hat that I acquired at the Archery Trade Association show in Indianapolis 10 years ago. The record spindle logo adorned corduroy cap sent to me in my early rock and roll radio days by the folks at Spin Magazine. Numerous hats show off band or brand logos, signifying time spent with a favorite musician, an eager-to-please record company exec, or a cherished client. Then there's my NRA convention collection, each a reminder of basking in the glow of my fellow American freedom lovers around the country and throughout the years. On my 41st birthday, my buddy Dave and I headed out to Ted Nugent's Sunrise Acres Ranch in Jackson, Michigan, to hunt some wild boar and enjoy campfire camaraderie. I've celebrated my birthday at this incredible hunting lodge with family and friends for over a decade and look forward to it each year. My birthday present from Uncle Ted this year was a camouflage baseball cap with the words Whackmaster embroidered above the rim. How cool is that? That hat was on my head when I arrowed a monster tusker at 20 yards. My Mickey Mouse hat from our family trip to Disneyland in Orlando when my daughter was only 2 years old. What great memories fill that cap. Other faves include my Loophole hat that I won at the Gander Mountain Christmas party, my Ducks Unlimited commemorative series of baseball caps, and assorted Southside Pride White Sox hats that I've worn since I was a child. And of course, my prized pilgrimage to Hunter S. Thompson's ranch, Woody Creek Tavern hat. It was 1998 when I found myself on an ill-conceived trek to meet the influential writer at his home outside of Aspen, Colorado. Thompson's gonzo style of journalism played a big part in forming my sensibilities as a writer, broadcaster, and humorist. As a young man, I pored over his twisted visions in his classics Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, Hell's Angels, and The Great Shark Hunt. His mixture of the truth and the surreal opened doors to my own creativity, and his fearlessness in the name of getting to the heart of the matter suggested the impetus of how I would shape my own professional persona. His myth was larger than life, and I was determined to spend time capturing his spontaneous wisdom with my tape recorder and camera. I used to carry a dog-eared copy of Fear and Loathing with me, often turning to it for inspiration. His in-depth journey into the subculture of the Hells Angels Motorcycle Club gave me great respect for the risk involved in discovering the truth and a true artist's willingness to pay the price for that discovery. Hunter was a political renegade and pop culture icon. His books still remain treasures on my shelf, and I find myself turning to them each year to fuel my own creative process. After hours in the car from Littleton to Aspen, I came upon the quarry-like subdivision of Woody Creek, Colorado. I stepped into Woody Creek Tavern, a man with a mission. I told the bartender I was in town to meet Dr. Thompson. After a quick cheeseburger and beer, I headed down the road to Thompson's fabled Owl Farm, following the bartender's directions. Just look for the peacocks. I pulled down the gravel road and stepped out of the rented Acura. I recognized this home. It was the log cabin from the opening shot of the film Where the Buffalo Roam, the biopic starring Bill Murray as Hunter Thompson. There were peacocks scattered about the property, some on the porch and others on the lawn. I walked slowly and deliberately up the steps. I had my questions rehearsed, my notes compiled and at the ready, and a foolish sense of destiny that clouded my judgment from the get-go of this whole affair. As I prepared to knock, a curtain parted from the open window and a voice interrupted my rapping on the door. You're scaring the damn peacocks. It was the unmistakable slur of the gonzo journalist himself, the legendary Raoul Duke, Dr. Hunter S. Thompson. I'm sorry, my name is Mike Tomano. I'm a radio host from...
I don't give a who you are. Do I come to your house and scare the peacocks?
No,
Are we finished?
We were finished. I walked back to the car, turning once to offer an apology, but the figure at the window was gone, the white curtain blown by the breeze. As I made my way back down the road, I passed the Woody Creek Tavern. Snow had begun to fall on this scenic neighborhood, and the sun began to set in the distant mountains. "How was your meeting?" the bartender asked. A couple of the regulars at the bar laughed. I scared his peacocks." "You don't want to do that," the waitress said, and the room burst into laughter. I felt stupid, sure, but I got a free baseball cap out of the deal. Still got that hat. Woody Creek Tavern, says the logo, with a bright yellow sun behind it. Go ahead and ask me about the baseball hat I'm wearing. I've got a story. And you can never have too many stories.